Today we're going to practice the mindfulness of breathing and give an introduction to this exercise. So in the exercise of the mindfulness of breathing, we are using the breath as a focus, and the breath inextricably links us to the present moment. So the breath really grounds us in the present, and that's what really an anchor is as well. Something that helps to bring us back to the present. So to start with, we're going to get into our meditation position. So that can either be sitting cross-legged on the ground or on a bed, a sofa, supporting the lower back. Or you can just sit in a chair with your feet flat on the ground and an active spine. So we're bringing intention to what we're doing. We're not here to relax, although relaxation is an outcome sometimes of meditation. We place our hands in our lap, and we can either close our eyes or just lower our gaze and soften the gaze. Now, before we start the meditation, I'm just going to explain what we'll be doing. As I said, we'll be focusing on the breath for this meditation, and we'll also be counting the breath. So, as you inhale and exhale, I want you to count 1 after each exhale. So it'll be inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, and we'll continue to do this up to 10. And then when you get to 10, I want you to start counting at 1 again. So again, inhale, exhale 1, and so on. Now, what you might find during the meditation is that your mind, after a while, will start to wander off. That's okay, it's perfectly natural. But what I want you to do, as soon as you become aware that the mind is starting to wander, I want you to just acknowledge the thought and then gently bring the attention back to the breath and counting the breath. And you don't need to remember where you were when your mind started to wander. You just start counting from 1 again. Now you might find that you don't ever get past 5 before your mind starts to wander off. Again, that's okay. Just be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself. And with practice, you'll be able to get to 10. You might also find that you end up at 13. That's okay too. As soon as you become aware that you've gone over 10, just bring the counting back down to 1 again. So while we use the focus on the breath as part of this exercise, the purpose of this exercise is developing awareness of the thoughts. Awareness that our mind starts to wander, and to continuously bring ourselves gently back to the breath as soon as we are aware that our mind has started to wander. So be kind to yourself during this exercise. So now we'll get into our meditation position. We'll lower our gaze or close our eyes. And just for a moment, I want you to tune in to the body. Tune into the feet, feeling them against the ground. Feel the seating bones on the chair or on the floor. And just take a couple of breaths, connecting with the breath. And now when you're ready, I want you to start to count the breath internally, starting to count after the exhale from 1 up to 10, and then starting from 1 again. Now if the mind starts to wander, remember, just acknowledge the thought and gently bring the focus back to the breath and start counting the breath again. Where is your mind? Are you still focused on the breath, or are you lost in thought? Again, if your mind started to wander, just acknowledge the thought. You don't need to engage in the thought. Just let it go. Gently bring the attention and the focus back to the breath and counting the breath. to stop counting and just focus on the breath. The inhale as it enters through the nostril or the mouth, feeling the chest, perhaps feeling it in the belly, and then the exhale as the air leaves the body, and just focus on a couple of breaths. Now in a moment I'm going to ring the bell, and when the sound stops I want you to slowly open your eyes. This is the end of the meditation.